What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today we're checking out a game called Reignfall, which is a top-down strategy game where you build a city and manage it, and then you fight off waves of enemies. Very similar to They Are Billions, if that's the sort of thing that you're into. Just kind of like a low-res version. We've got grain right here, which apparently this guy is going to take away. Good. Bring the grain to the king. The king requires grain. Let's start a new game. We don't have any items that we can play around with right now, which is kind of a bummer. We'll start the game off. Yep, absolutely. And let's get started managing our kingdom, shall we? Let's see what the map did for us right now. The stage 1, the Fallen King. This map isn't too bad. Got like a nice little area right up this way for farming and doing other stuff. Down here, we've got a really nice timber harvesting location. Yeah. I think this is going to be okay. I think it's going to be alright. Okay, so let's start planning out our city and what we're going to do with it. So I want a road that goes down to here, obviously. And that road's going to go out to this side, I think. Got a 2-hex right there. Alright, we'll build on that in just a minute. We've got another road that goes over here. The dark green grass is going to be our fertile ground where we can build buildings and stuff like that. And so we want to keep that ready so that if we go out and farm and do all those sorts of things, so that things turn out okay. Over here, we can recruit some more militia if we really want to. I don't know if that's going to be something you want to do. Everything in this game has an upkeep, as denoted by a little coin with that little circular symbol around it. So try to keep that in mind as you're upgrading. Like, basically, if an object produces anything, it costs you money, because you got to pay the workers that work there. And then if it doesn't produce anything, chances are it generates gold. That's a very hard and fast rule of thumb for playing this game. I think that the first big thing that I want is to build a whole bunch of housing. That's kind of what's striking my fancy right now. We need housing and we need lumberjacks. So let's get some woodcutters huts down here. We can get like, what, how many of these in? We can get 3 of these in. That sound okay to me. Where's the front door? I can't decide where the front door of this building is. I think that's the front door right there. Yeah, that looks okay. That'll start pumping up some lumber, but as you can see, our surplus like vanished when we did that. That's what's kind of rough, is you got to be careful about how you plan all this stuff, because running out of gold early on can really mess you up. And in fact, I still haven't won this game. I'm still struggling with this game, so keep that in mind. This game is pretty hard, actually. It's a pretty tough little title. Did that put the door on the right side? It did. Good. Let's try to get a cash surplus going by putting some houses in over here. That sounds like a decent plan to me. And so if I can get myself like really net positive on gold, that's where I want to be sitting by the time we get going. And so there's all of our houses right there. It's not impossible that I could put in some more wood chopping right here just to make our lives a little bit easier. So maybe that's what I'll do. On this side, we'll probably format all of this the exact same way, and we've run out of wood now, so that's all right. It's okay. We've got a really solid gold surplus right now, even given our wood industry, so I think we're going to be all right. They'll produce like 15 wood like every 45 seconds to a minute or so, and so like this is kind of a long-winded game where you're going to have to hang tight for a little while before you have a lot of the things that you're going to need in order to get moving. I would probably suggest we pick up some militia, but we can kind of wait until the end of the cycle to do that. You'll see these little guys right here. They go out and they grab trees and they come back, and then they saw them into boards. And then they'll go to the road, and they'll take those back to the castle, and bang, bang, bang. Looking good. We've got ourselves a little bit more wood. And so while they run and do that, I think the next thing that I would really like to have is if we could get a well situated out here. That'll actually make every single one of these worth an extra gold. And so that'll bump us up to 63 gold right there because we have access to water now. The other thing that we need is we need access to food. And so if we can't produce food, we've got to kind of like... think about how we want to do this. And so I'm going to take this up to here, and then we're going to stop it right at the farmland right there. We're just going to stop it! We're going to stop it right at the farmland. And what I want is I think I want orchards. Like, orchards are not a perfect solution to what we're trying to do right now, but they are a solid solution. Now, it's going to take them a while to get the food back to the city center from right there. I'm trying to save that for my wood. And so I'm going to drop the orchards in right there so that they start producing food. I don't know if putting orchards on rich soil helps. I haven't tried it yet, but just something else to keep in mind possibly. We'll drop 2 more of those right there, so at least we've got some outlying orchards that are now producing food for us, so that we can build militias and soldiers and all that kind of good stuff. Our gold is looking a little bit low right now, but it's not absolutely terminal just yet. We'll go ahead and build a little bit more housing, just to make sure that that number stays positive. Not enough wood for that right there, but that's okay. The first wave's going to breeze by pretty quickly anyhow. So we've got our lord down here. We can command him. We can send him off to fight noble battles if we desire to do so. Got a little bit of cash coming in. I'm going to suggest that we get those militias going right now. The orchards are not going to be producing in time for us to get another militia unit, but they will give us enough food to where if we need to, we can bolster these militia units and give them extra soldiers if possible. If we have enough money, we can also add specialized soldiers to each of these units. So these guys right here, we could add like a warlord, we could add a paladin, we can get a ranger, or we can get a sorceress. And so it's up to you which ones you want to throw in there. It's entirely up to you. But we got about 5 minutes until the next wave comes in. And we've already gotten a little bit of food right there, which is good. I feel pretty happy about that. Might not be a terrible plan to have that road continue up this way. I think the other thing that we may want to look into is the development of a market. So for 30 wood, a service that increases the income of nearby housing that's connected by a road with 2 gold can also sell various things. Yeah, so that might be a really good thing to build because that's going to boost up our income quite a bit if we can place it like right there. That's going to get all these buildings right here, and every single one of these is going to go up by 2 so that we don't have to spend more money building housing. As far as I know, there's no population cap or anything that I've seen so far. So, like, don't worry about that too much. I think we should be able to hang this thing on out here. We've got enough soldiers right there to where I feel a little bit safer about our situation. I don't feel like we're crazy safe right now, but I do feel like we're okay safe. I would like to get a little bit more wood production on the side, so we always have a lot of wood coming in, but that is going to put a dent by about 15 in our surplus, and you always want to be careful to keep the gold flowing. If you ever bottom out your gold, that's a really, really bad situation to be in this game, so you constantly want your gold to be like at least a certain amount above 0. I prefer to keep it around 35, 45, just because that means I can actually generate some cash if I need to. So we got 4 minutes left until the first wave. These guys are doing their thing on this side. We got a marketplace right there. I think the marketplace is a really strong choice. So I'm going to do it. And that should boost our income by like a very real amount right there. And so now we've got plus 63, which means that I'm in a solid position to start putting in some more woodcutters huts down here. There we go. And so that's about all I'm going to be able to accomplish for the moment. I don't know what I can sell here. It looks like I can sell wood, 10 wood for 30 gold. So yeah, we can turn around and we can make a little bit of money if that's how we feel so inclined. I'm probably just going to let the cash run up for just a minute and just kind of fill up for right now. We'll kind of just top up on money before the next wave starts. And then we'll try to decide what we want to do. I'm trying to count out how much money we're making per minute. Looks to be a decent amount. It's not that bad. Stone harvesting might be a good idea right now, but I'm going to have to put that like back behind here and run a road, I guess. That's going to be a little sloppy and I don't like it, but these guys don't have the market right here? Shouldn't they have the market bonus? Oh, they're not connected by a road. Yeah. I mean, I could connect them by a road by going up and around right there, I guess. It'd be a little expensive. But if it adds to our cash generation, I mean, that raised our cash generation by like 8 or so, which is no slouch. And we did it for the price of building like one house, and so we got a little bit of extra value out of there. A little bit of added extra value. Sounds pretty good. That's got a well right there. We can upgrade it for 10 food. Increases the gold income. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could do that. Ooh, that's tempting. That's very tempting. I don't have enough food right now to build more soldiers. We'll want to make some grain fields out here and a grain farm as soon as possible, and then a pig farm that we feed the grain to. That'll give us hides, and once we have hides, we can make armor, and then we can trade armor for actual, like, full-on units. So we can actually get, like, real pikemen and stuff like that can help us fight the battle. We haven't really built any walls yet, but I'm kind of thinking that connecting a wall right there to right there to, like, maybe right here, and like right here to the water, and from the water over to here might be a really good way to start. That might help out slightly. We don't have the stone supply right now to really do the full out push for what I want to accomplish. To push it real good. Push it real good. Can't do it. Can't do it right now. It's just not feasible. I want a stone quarry. We also have, like, the option of, like, putting in a fishery down here, I guess. That's still a little bit jank, though. It's a little bit jank foo. Maybe a weapons smithy. Okay. We've got a brewery right there. We've got a bakery that'll make food for us, although that supply chain is a little bit rough. We also have a chapel, and the chapel would actually cover everything over here if I can rotate it like that. I don't think that sounds like a terrible plan, because for the chapel, we get +3 for every single one of the buildings that's inside of there. Yeah, man, we making money now. Like, we got cash coming in. So the enemy is coming from the north and from the southeast. Let's see what we got up here. So we've got a pretty considerable horde of cavalry. Let's bring the army up this way.
It will be done.
Oh, is this little dude attacking first over here? So they're like, what, holding back in reserve right now? I don't know how I feel about that.
Very well.
Oof, this seems like a trap. Like, they're going to draw me to the side over here, and then they're going to sweep from this side with the cavalry and wipe out all my stuff. I know it. Your buildings are so fragile in this game. Don't doubt how fragile your buildings are. They break after, like, one hit. Oh, they're coming in from both sides.
Your will, it will be done.
Oh, I'm about to take my chances, I think. Yeah. Definitely. I am going to have to take my chances. With the way that they filtered in, that becomes a major issue. After we finish these guys off, I may be able to break away and do something, but I don't know. Go ahead and fight them if you can. There you go. Join the combat. Swarm the cavalry. Deal as much damage as you can, as rapidly as you can. Because the rest of the enemy is coming, and frankly, there's a pretty good chance we're going to get wiped out right here. If I lose the apple orchard, I don't really care about that. If I lose the marketplace, though, and some of our cash generation buildings, that puts us in a really bad position.
I'm going.
Alright, you guys break off and come fight over here if you can. Hopefully the king and his men can, like, handle these dudes over on this side. If they can't, we've got some problems, but... So there goes our orchard. Yeah, you guys get over there and wipe them out real fast. You guys come over here and fight them before they hit anything else. Basically, your job is to hold out and die sacrificing yourself. That's pretty much the goal while we finish off all these whites over here. It shouldn't take us too long to kill them all off, but we are losing HP over here. So, like, if they get to the market and the church, like, we are royally hosed. Yeah, just keep fighting over on this side. It's going to come down to the timing and the way that this plays out. It really sincerely is. Oh, y'all keep doing what you're doing right now.
At the ready. Your will.
Oh, dude. If we lose that church, it's over. We spent too much money on it.
Engaging. We will crush them. Engaging.
Oh, dude, them hitting us from 2 directions like that was shenanigans. Like, big-time shenanigans.
Very well.
Oh, we saved it. Good. Good, 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 good. We saved it. And the king didn't lose none of his men either. Nice. So the wave was defeated. Sometimes you get rewards or something. I don't really know how the rewards come through. Haven't really figured that out yet. For 35, I can replenish them. Yeah, go ahead and do it. It's the cheapest way to get us back onto the horse here. So go ahead and replenish them. We lost one of our apple orchards over there. So obviously we're going to have to rebuild that. That's going to be something that needs to be rebuilt like right this second. So put another apple orchard in. Obviously, that's going to cost us. Like, I thought we got rewards for, like, winning waves or something. But maybe it's, like, every 5 waves or something like that. We got another 15 minutes to play out right now, though. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're making money. Things are okay right now. They're not falling apart quite as badly as they could be. If we can get to 300 gold, we can make a grain farm. Once we make the grain farm, we can start producing real soldiers next so that things aren't quite so bad. But we're going to have to generate a lot of money in this phase. Otherwise, things are going to be a little bit bad. They're not going to be perfect. Let's go ahead and put in a farm right here. Now that we have a farm, we will drop in a couple of grain fields just as soon as the money allows us to do it. So there's the grain fields right there. I'm going to let the cash run for just a minute. Let it do its thing and get us all nice and situated with a little bit more of this and a little bit more of that. Hopefully we can get our food back up so that we can, like, play around. Honestly, I think that food is probably the biggest gamble for right now. Like, I don't know if I should dedicate all my resources to generating more food or... not enough gold. There we go. We'll put the fisherman in right there. Kind of let him do his thing right there. Hopefully he produces a decent amount of food. If he does not, well, we may struggle a little bit. Clearing out these trees and totally surrounding this thing with fishing huts, probably the way to go if we're trying to actually have like enough militia to hold off the next round. We got 5 food right there. That looks great to me. 25 food is up. These guys are going to be regenerating. Oh, they're actually almost fully replenished. Nice. Okay. Sounds good. Hopefully we can keep the food flowing. It's been a couple of minutes right now with us on double speed. And we've got 1 spear white and 3 thralls. So we're going to have to at least match that 1 for 1 in case we got to stand our ground. Hopefully they all come from the same direction next time. That's what really messed me up is like they came from this direction and one of them like trickled in to bait us. And then the other one came in right as the other one baited, dude. That's a little bit rough and hard to deal with. That's a little terrifying. I did not feel good about that. That was like, ew, gross. Like, that was not a fun feature that I want to play around with again. Go ahead and drop me in a pig farm right there. We're going to start working on the tannery pretty soon, too. It looks like he's bringing back a little wheat bale on that side. We may have to have another farmer over here because it looks like the farms are going a little bit faster than he can harvest them. So I want to even that out, too, if we can manage it. Just so we're bringing in a little bit more grain, I think. Yeah, go ahead and drop another one right there. He ain't got to walk that far to get to a road, so it ain't that bad. Once we've actually got real food production going, what we'll try to do is wipe out one of these orchards. And then once the orchard's been wiped out, we'll run a road through there so that we have all this space. Honestly, I probably should have done that in the first place. Probably could have spaced this a little bit better, but the stone made it a little bit awkward to get that done. So, like, you know, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do with it. How is food doing right now? He went to go get the food. How long does it take us to get our pigs all lit up? So he puts the food in the trough and we got a pig being born right there. Something tells me this is going to be a very slow process and that it's not going to go like at a speed that I want it to. We're not going to be at like Mach 5 on this one. I think we're getting enough food to where maybe just maybe, we may be able to bring in like a... I think I have too much wood right now. Maybe I'll demolish that guy so I can like maybe put in like a fish hut down here. There we go. I'd rather have the fish hut with the way our balance is going right now. Like with the way we've got food coming in, there we go. Let's get ourselves another recruit militia. And hopefully we can get a third and a fourth one before this starts off. Although I'm not going to hold my breath. I'm not going to hold my breath about it. Edge of my kingdom is right there. We may be able to get a 4th regiment. Maybe. Like with the money we have available, I may be able to put in arrow towers in like strategic locations. How much do arrow towers cost? They cost me 12 and they cost 450 bucks. I might be able to get some of these in. Maybe. Like judging from where we got hit last time. If I could put you right there. And then surround you with walls. We might be able to do something. Like, I don't know if that's going to work, but I'm going to try really, really hard to make it work. We don't have a stone mine right now, so we are going to have to work on that. So let's make sure that our gold, like, we're making money right now, but we're slowly trickling off, too. It's a little bit rough. I can sell some wood that we don't need. Yeah, that might be a little bit more acceptable. And so now that I got a little bit of cash, I can make this stone quarry right here, possibly. Oof, he is going to move slow, though. He's going to move real slow. And if I can build another one of those, like, over here, just basically in the main big gap, so that I've got something to buy time if the enemy attacks. Like, I just need something, if they hit me from multiple directions, where they get mobbed up on that while my main army is kind of, like, swinging around and taking care of business. I think that's what I want to do. I will sell those about as frequently as I can, just to try to keep us going. Oh, it's actually got to be adjacent. Ew. Okay. Well, I can change that around. That's not that big of a deal. We can knock the road out right there. And then put him right there. And then we're going to want to start working on our finances pretty soon. If we can get that to generate more cash, that's going to be a direction that I think we really want to lean in for right now. We almost have enough food, man. We almost have enough food for another militia. Ugh. I need it. I need it so bad. I don't think I'm going to have enough stone to build another tower either. Like, they're working on it, but we're just not as efficient as we need to be right now. And we've only got one pig hide that entire phase. Yikes. We can build a stockpile, which will get us closer to, like, what we want to do. But no promises. 2 food, huh? That's the best you could produce? Oh, broski, we need more food. I don't have enough money for another arrow tower. Wait, I might have enough money for another arrow tower. Hold on. Alright, so if I sell some of you. Then I got enough for an arrow tower over here to protect us. Let's do that. Maybe that'll work out. Little bit of defense. I like this game. I can feel myself getting stimulated by it already. Oh, really? They're all attacking from the left this time. That's not so terrible.
It will be done.
Hopefully they get split up based on their attack power. And if so, I think that's going to be good. I think that's going to be real good. In fact, that might be the only thing that saves us. I've got a bad feeling we're going to spend the entire next segment just upgrading houses, trying to get our money back up. I don't know how much that'll give us, but hopefully it doubles it maybe. Makes ourselves a little bit more fiscally viable, because we broke right now. Like, that ain't no lie. Like, we're broke.
Very well.
They can bang on the walls all they want. Like, I don't really care about that. How much HP does he have?
Your will.
Quite a bit.
We will
Okay.
crush them.
Well, you guys get up in there and see if you can't take care of business. Like, you ain't got a lot of time to do it in, but you are messing them up pretty good, so maybe. Maybe. If I knew they were always going to come from one direction, it would make things a lot simpler. Like, it legitimately would. Probably going to lose some militia here. It's even possible we might lose some Kingsmen. Was absolutely right about that. We're losing militia by the handful. You guys pull out so I can replenish you. You guys pull out as well. Or, you know, stand your ground and fight to the death. That works too.
Waiting orders. I'm going.
Oh, they got one of my militias. Oh, the spear whites are still up. Oh, well, that's all kinds of flavors of bad. I thought the spear whites were dead.
Your will.
Lordy, lordy, lord. Yeah, we struggling a little bit. We are struggling a little bit. Like, the spear whites just not going down and staying up was the worst part. Like, that's really kind of snowballed on us. God, they're so close to dead. Ugh. Feels bad, man. We got any new rewards? No. I need some money or something. I need some ducats. I need to get paid. Maybe I should have just let them work on the walls for a little while, but I felt like they were going to get through them much more rapidly than expected.
Gladly.
All right. Well, looking at the houses, what's it going to cost me? $150 to upgrade these houses? All right. Well, this game is called Reignfall. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you check it out down below. I'll have the itch.io link for you so you can check it out and do your thing. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for hanging out. It's been a lot of fun. I show off indie games on the internet every single day and sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile so you don't have to. I hope you've been enjoying it. I will see you all later. It's been a blast, and hi-do, everybody.